The New York Times writes Maui in crisis mode as death toll from fires rises. 55 people were killed, and the toll was expected to rise. Water shortages and power outages persisted in Lahaina, which was devastated by the fires. The streets of Lahaina, Hawaii's fire-stricken former royal capital, were silent and littered with debris and power lines as night fell over Maui on Thursday. The winds that caused deadly wildfires on the island earlier in the week, killing at least 55 people, were easing. But Maui was still in crisis mode. The Wall Street Journal writes Supreme Court blocks Purdue Pharma's $6 billion Sackler justices will examine if bankruptcy courts can force claimants to sign away their legal rights in a settlement. The Washington Post writes at least 55 dead as fires ravage Maui. Hawaii governor warns climate change is here. The wildfires ripping through Maui have killed at least 55 people, razed the historic town of Lahaina to the ground, and caused extensive damage that will likely take years and cost billions of dollars to repair, officials said Thursday. Maui County Police Chief John Pelletier said the death toll was expected to rise and urged residents to refrain from returning to Lahaina until the deceased are recovered. Speaking at the news conference, Hawaii Governor Josh Green, D., connected the fires to global warming. Climate change is here, and it's affecting the islands, he said. USA Today writes, iconic Lahaina banyan tree threatened by fires. Wildfires raging on Hawaii's Maui Island threatened its iconic banyan tree, a historic landmark that has been an attraction on the island for more than a century. The banyan tree in Lahaina has been scorched but still stands, according to the Honolulu Civil Beat. Damage to its trunk and limbs has been reported, along with serious damage to the surrounding Banyan Court Park. The tree is one of many structures damaged in the fires, which have been ravaging Maui since Tuesday, displacing hundreds and killing at least 55. The fires have scorched thousands of acres of land and damaged or destroyed major structures of significance across the island. Los Angeles Times writes a scar on the face of Maui. Lahaina is gutted. Fatalities expected to multiply. Wind-whipped wildfires raced through the heart of the island of Maui, killing 53 people, forcing evacuations and gutting much of the historic town of Lahaina. Shocking before and after images show utter devastation of Maui wildfire. How to help Maui residents displaced by the devastating wildfires. Chicago Tribune writes, justice is done. Former Naperville student wins her legal battle over AirPods theft ticket. A jury found Amara Harris not liable in a trial involving 2 high schoolers, a set of disputed AirPods, and a ticket issued by a police officer. New York Post writes, devastated family mourns loss of Harry Potter, publishing exec killed in boat wreck. The devastated family of the prominent New York book publishing executive who was killed in a boat wreck off the Amalfi Coast said the tragedy is impossible to comprehend. In a statement to the Post Thursday, Mike White shared the grief his family has been experiencing since his wife, Adrienne Vaughn, the 45-year-old president of Harry Potter publisher Bloomsbury USA, was fatally struck by a speedboat propeller while vacationing last week. Newsday writes jury awards $35 million to family of L.I. man who died in Suffolk police custody. The family of Kenny Lazo of Bay Shore, who died after he was beaten by Suffolk police during a 2008 traffic stop, was awarded $13.5 million in compensatory damages and $21.5 million in punitive damages. Star Tribune writes, Twin Cities has one of the lowest inflation rates in U.S. At 1%, Cub food patrons in Minneapolis shopped in the fresh food section Thursday. Price rates for groceries, gas, and rent are all increasing, but inflation grew just 1% in the Twin Cities in the past year. Minnesota low annual inflation continues to stand out from other metro areas nationwide. Boston Globe writes, "This is heaven. After nearly a decade of planning, Bunker Hill Public Housing Complex is being redeveloped. After nearly a decade of planning, work is finally underway to redevelop the huge Bunker Hill Public Housing Complex. Meet the people who helped make it happen."